What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Deaths of the Asia, the You Can't Whoop Me edition. When y'all get in here, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're watching from YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, so you don't miss the notifications whenever I go live. Tonight, we're gonna talk about Chloe Bailey's new video. Did y'all get into her new video for Have Mercy? Did y'all watch that? Y'all tell me whether or not y'all watched it. If y'all didn't watch it, I'm going to explain it to y'all. And we're going to try to figure out what has happened to Chloe Bailey. The Chloe Bailey that we once knew is missing. She has changed. She has blossomed into a whole nother woman. She has really put it in our face that she is grown and she don't care what nobody got to say about it. Hopefully she don't care what nobody got to say about it, because every time she does something, she wind up on IG crying about what people got to say about her. So that's neither here nor there. We'll see whether or not she is going to be able to take some of the backlash that she has been getting. But anyway, the new video called Have Mercy is just dropped. And I was so shocked to see Miss Tina Lawson in the video. And I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be real good. So here's the theme of the video. I can't play the video because I don't want no type of copyright infringements or whatever the case may be. But here's the thing with the video, right? So I saw a lot of people talking on Twitter and IG and all this all kinds of stuff. And I see that a lot of people don't understand the concept of the video. So here's the thing. The video has a sorority type of plot. And if you notice in the beginning of the video, Miss Tina is sitting in a car and she is reading a paper. Apparently some guy ends up coming up missing or whatever. So if you notice in the video, Miss Tina actually looks through and see one of the guys walking into the sorority house. And so she closes the paper and then the video starts. Man, I wish I could show y'all the video. But anyway, she closes the paper and then the video starts and Chloe gets to singing and dancing or whatever. The guys come in and the guys are watching them. And it has this Medusa theme where they are seducing the guys. So what's actually happening in the video is the girls are dancing, seducing the guys, using the guys as props and everything. And the guys are getting so mesmerized by them and it's turning them into stone. So that's the Medusa theme of it all, right? So at the end of the video, the guy that Miss Tina was actually looking at the missing report or whatever, that was one of the guys that went into the maternity house that ended up being with Chloe, and she was doing the whole Medusa thing, seducing him or whatever, and he gets turned into stone. So that's that. The theme of the video was really, really good, right? I really like the theme of the video. I don't know if I'm really here for the visuals as much as I think I was at first when I first watched it. I really loved it at first when I first watched it, but then I started thinking about the simple fact that Chloe is one of those people who she does something, like when she did the silhouette challenge and all of that, and people was talking about her, she down to the internet crying. Her and Lizzo, they got that bad. They gonna cry them some crocodile tears. And I'm gonna get more into that and what I think about her growing up and growing into the woman that she is or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna get more into what I feel about that. But first, I want to just talk about this video and the music. So in the video, it was just booty, booty, booty everywhere. It wasn't any real dancing. It was a whole lot of gyrating, a whole lot of twerking. And I think that had a lot to do with the theme of the song, because it was to seduce the men and have their Medusa thing to turn them into stone. So I understand that it wasn't anything absolutely wrong with that. But the thing is, I think too that this particular song and the choreography was good for her actually doing a solo thing. She's not doing anything with her sister right now, Haley, because Haley is over there filming for The Little Mermaid. So I think this type of bop is something that's really good to like push her for a solo career. I don't think it would have been a good idea for her to come out with a ballad right now, because it's just so slow, and climate in the industry, everybody want a little bop in it. You know, that's the climate of today. Everybody wants something with a little bop in it. So it's kind of good to kind of put her out there with something we could bop to or whatever. You could go to the club, to the bar, whatever. You could listen to something that you could ride around to or whatever, to kind of keep her in that mainstream where she don't fall to the backside, trying to do ballads or whatever. She kind of like had to have some type of shock value and be in your face with it or whatever. I get that. I don't see anything wrong with it. But the thing is, her choreography, I think she could have did a little bit more with her choreography, because Chloe, she really can dance. She's a great performer. I think she could have really gave us some, wow factor when it came to that. She was doing a whole lot of twerking, patting her poo-poo or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She had her legs wide open, and now that shocked me when she popped her legs wide open and she patted herself. I was like, okay, Chloe. You know what I'm saying? Only thing you gotta do is pull them panties to the side or whatever the case may be. Like EAT Twin said, can I play with your panty line? It was giving me that whole type of vibe when she had did that. I was like, okay, girl, you know what I'm saying? She started to make my little tingle. I wanted to go look at her face and get turned into stone too. I was like, okay, get the people what they need. But anyway, so that was real cute or whatever. She didn't really show her vocal ability like I would have liked her to. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I understand that she is Beyonce's protege. Beyonce mentors her. So I'm not mad at the whole being able to see a whole lot of Beyonce influence in the video, because the thing is, if you study under somebody, you're going to have some similarities to that person who is teaching you. And I'm not mad that she has a lot of similarities to Queen B. The thing is at some point, Beyonce is going to have to pass the torch, have to pass the baton, whether she like it or not. It's going to be another hot girl. Why not have someone that has the potential to actually give us the type of performances and in the vocals that Beyonce can? I don't think anybody would be able to, and it's not a matter of topping anybody or anything like that. I don't think those shoes are some very hard shoes to fill, but at least, we get somebody to entertain us. We had Michael Jackson before we had Beyonce. You get what I'm saying? So even though there are two different genders or whatever, we all still want to have that performance aspect in the culture, because a lot of people ain't doing the choreography and singing and stuff like that and doing it to that level and doing it very well. So I have no problem with the Beyonce tease that I was getting from it. But I did have an issue with the Beyonce tease when it comes down to the lack of showing her vocals. Beyonce has gotten to this point where she has started this rap singing type of thing where you really don't hear her just really singing for real. It's just, she's just being in harmony over a beat. Like they starting to sound like Bone Thugs or something, like all of these R&B stars. It's like listening to Bone Thugs and harmony now on a melodic beat or whatever, because everybody is rap singing. And that's the only thing that I didn't like. And that's the only thing that I really don't like too much about Beyonce at this point, because I'm used to "You Got Me Speechless." I'm used to all of that. I wasn't really into the Sasha Fierce Beyonce. And Chloe is giving me very much Sasha Fierce. Where, this is me and I'm going to just let it rip and it is what it is. And I'm so hip hop or whatever. I got my ear to the streets. I'm down. No, that's not, I don't need that from my R&B singers. You just let the rap girls do that or whatever the case may be. So I just really wish that she would have used more of her vocal ability and shown that. There were parts in the song where she could have did that, but she didn't. And I mean, regardless of that, it's still a good song. I've listened to it a couple of times today. I really like it. It's catchy. Um, the visuals, I like the visuals, even though I would have preferred a little bit more of a unique, choreography, something different instead of just, patting your pussy or whatever the case may be, which I ain't mad at her for doing that. But all I'm saying is, she could have did a little bit more with that. What I wanted to say about the video before and the song before I move forward of what I think about her just as a person, because I definitely want to get into that. But the choreography, the vocals, Miss Tina, um, it was good. It was good. Now, moving past that, y'all make sure y'all go listen to the song and give her your support. She is a fellow Lock sister, so you make sure you go and support the Lock sisters, okay? So moving past that, I hope she's prepared with what's coming out, what's gonna come with this whole opening yourself up and being all sexual. I think that she could have did that video without doing everything that she did. It's fine. It wasn't like it was too much. I'm gonna tell you, this Chloe thing got me feeling the same way I felt about Lil Nas X. When you have this you're catering to a certain audience and you have a certain fan base, and then all of a sudden you jump out and you doing something just wild and over the top. And of course, I know that we do have to allow these artists to grow and evolve and just, step into their own and be who they are or whatever. And I just think it just takes us some time to grasp what is going on, what is happening, because, we still looking at her like, oh, she's a little girl. Like, I still have a hard time sometimes when she's doing something, like seeing her like that, because I still in my mind like, this is a little girl, but I know she's a grown woman, and she's a beautiful grown woman. She's a sexy grown woman. She's absolutely gorgeous. And I do feel like this is her. I don't feel like she's putting on a front or anything. I feel like this is her, but I also feel like she is at a place where she's not really sure about coming out of her shell. Because every time she comes out of her shell, she kind of revert back, and she try to rely on, really and truly, I just do this when I'm performing, and I just like to perform, and but after that, I'm such a nerd, I'm such a bookworm, I don't buy that kind of stuff. Like, you're not finna Summer Walker me. You're not about to tell me that you got all these issues or you're really a nerd, you're really introvert, I watch anime, like all this. So you're not about to do all of that. And then next thing you know, you busting it wide open. Like, don't play in my face like that. Like, if you're gonna do this, then you need to own it. Don't turn around and get the crying or something down on the internet. I don't want to hear that. And I believe that's what's gonna happen. I hope it don't. Because I'm going to tell you something. When these artists get to a point where they start crying and complaining and being mad at the fans or whatever for not taking to whatever they're putting out, it takes away from their artistry to me. It really does. Like, for someone who likes it, I'm the type of person, like, once I feel like you're not confident about what you're doing, you're not sure about what it is that you're doing, then I'm not going to like what it is that you're doing, because it's not going to seem authentic to me. It's going to make me feel like somebody had to put a battery in your back. And so now I ain't going to be able to understand you. I'm not going to be able to relate to you. I'm not going to be able to just, look at you as a real person. I'm going to look at you like you're a puppet. And I ain't going to take to any of whatever it is that a person is putting out once I start developing those feelings for them. So I think it's a good idea for people to stop, throwing fits on the internet when the views or the record sales or whatever doesn't go their way. But I will be perfectly honest with you. She has gotten a lot of positive feedback, which is really good. Um I also don't like the whole this multiple personality thing. Y'all remember who was that was talking about they had multiple. Remember, Left Eye used to be talking about how she got multiple personalities and all this old kinds of stuff. I would rather for a person to just be like, you know what, I just go into character instead of making it seem like you was dealing with some type of possession and all of a sudden when the cameras came on it was an exorcism or some shit and you just out your body and now you just doing all kinds of stuff and this ain't really you really a nerd, like, and that's what she was saying on one of the things. She was like, well, I'm really a nerd, like even when Chloe was trying to explain herself after and they had her crying after the silhouette challenge. She was on the internet talking about, how much she's a nerd. She's always reading and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. But I don't want to hear it. Just own it. And I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with her, growing up. I was seeing some stuff and it took me like a minute. And I was like, okay. Because I will be honest with you, Chloe and Haley, they're not anybody that I just listen to regularly. I listen to the music that ends up being on the radio or something like that, but I'm not one of those people that I could say is just like a fan because they're like really young. But what I did see of them was what was on Instagram. I just remember seeing them perform one time, knew that they were Beyonce proteges or whatever. And I was like, they have really good voices. And I followed them because at first they had a page together. And it seems as though when they wanted to highlight their own individual personalities, because at first, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought they were twins. But they're not twins. But when they wanted to start highlighting their different personalities, they got different pages. Now, here's the thing. When they got the different pages, I went and I followed their separate page. So I was seeing them on the page together, being all wholesome or whatever. They'll be doing covers and stuff like that. And I think that's how they got discovered, from doing covers or whatever. So they'll be doing their little covers and all this all kinds of stuff. Next thing you know, I'm scrolling down on Instagram and here go Chloe popping it for Pimp. I'm like, okay, this the girl with the sister with the locks. This her? Okay. I was like, okay, all right. I'm gonna have to take a moment to see how I feel about this. But as time had went on, I was kind of like, okay. But she still kind of give me that feeling like she's still realizing that, hey, I'm really sexy. She rubs me to be one of those girls that was really, really little. And now she done really, 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 really tiny when they was little. And then she done got a little older. Now she got her some booty, little hips or whatever the case may be, little breast or whatever. And now she realizing, I'm fine as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And she trying to pop out. So I think when I see her sometime, I could kind of tell that it's a little, it some of it seems a little bit extra and a little bit forced. I guess because I could kind of pick up that I don't even think that she realizes she knows she's attractive, but I don't think she realizes how attractive she is. Like she's very attractive. She's a very sexy girl or whatever. And so sometimes I think she might not even think of herself in a way as much as somebody else do. Like you know how some people don't even realize how fine they are for real, and then sometimes they not able to take what is said and they're like no, they put it out there but then they try to pull it back or whatever because they're a little shy about it. I think that's something that she experiences or whatever, but it's all good. I really do feel like she has a bright future ahead of her. I don't know how it's gonna work when her sister comes back. I know they didn't break up or anything, but it was just a thing where Chloe was like, my sister is doing film, and in the meantime, I still want to enjoy doing music. I still want to do my music. This is what I love to do. And my sister got this opportunity in order to be a part of this awesome film. So I definitely want her to do that and explore that. And Chloe also said that she wants to do Broadway and everything as well. But she's like, hey, my sister's over there doing her thing. I still want to do music. While she's, over there doing her thing, I could still hold down the fort, kind of like a JT Young Miami type of situation. You away for a bit, sis. I'ma just hold down the fort or whatever. But my thing is, in the meantime, you done created this whole sexy image. And I don't know how that's gonna work with Haley. Haley is over there doing The Little Mermaid. So her fan base is definitely finna be your Disney what's the one that did the people who did Pixar, the kids that watch those type of things. She's finna have that type of fan base. So it's one thing to be an artist and to sing or whatever. It's another thing when you actually start playing different characters that cater to kids. You don't have as much room to grow up and be sexy or whatever. They don't really allow that. So I don't know how that's gonna work when Haley comes back and she gotta do something with her sister, and her sister has this sexy image. And she needs to clean it up because her image is definitely still more geared towards the children. I don't know how that's going to work. Haley is a really, really good singer. Chloe is a good singer and a performer. I don't really think that, and I might be wrong for saying this, but I don't think that Haley has what it takes to do it by herself. I think she needs her sister. Not that she's not talented, but you have to have this type of, you do have to have a certain type of sex appeal. You do have to have that oomph. You do have to have a certain star power, that presence, so to speak. Chloe got that presence. Haley don't really have that presence. And I may be talking ahead of myself. It may just be because of where they kind of stopped at as a unit. And they were still, just kind of like pulling back the veil just a little bit. They hadn't all cracked the door wide open yet, like Chloe did. So with that being said, it makes me think that, hey, this might not work when Haley comes back. And what's going to happen, I don't feel like Haley will be able to do her own thing herself. Because Chloe already get compared to Beyonce. And guess what's going to happen to Haley? They're going to start comparing her to her sister. And I'm telling you, I believe what's going to end up happening, that girl going to come back and she going to be on some probably neo soul type. It's probably end up being a Beyonce and Solange type of thing or whatever. They're both talented and within their own right. They both love and support each other, whatever the case may be. But once Beyonce done became Beyonce and Chloe done became Chloe, then you gonna have to get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't adjust for you because their wheels are turning. And then the people who are listening to the people who are fans of them are not necessarily fans of you, and vice versa. Like, someone that is sitting around listening to Solange 9 times out of 10, they more of a neo soul type of person or whatever the case may be. They about don't want to see you running around in your leotard ringing alarms and shit. You know what I'm saying? They might not want to see that from you because they're more on that, chill little vibe. They want to burn their incense and charge their crystals and take yoni baths and do yoni steams and all that soul kind of stuff, and take detoxics and hug trees and damn lie about becoming a vegan. Like, they want to do that type of stuff. Like a Beyonce want to shake a little ass. They want to do that. They want to drop it like it's hot or whatever. So I don't know how it's gonna work out for the girl, but I hope it work out. I definitely hope it work out. Chloe is going to be performing at the VMAs. I want to see how that's going to turn out. The VMAs is going to be this Sunday, so I really want to see how that's going to turn out because her song just dropped. She's dropping an album. Her song just dropped or whatever. And so we're going to see how this performance going to go at the VMAs. Also, they said that Normani is going to perform at the VMAs now too. I don't know what the hell that's about. Like, to be honest with you, Normani, she wasn't performing at the VMAs at first, and Normani is a good performer as well. But Normani wasn't performing at the VMAs at first, and then the fans, they were mad about it. I don't know what transpired, but now all of a sudden she's performing at the VMAs. To be honest with you, I would appreciate my fans for riding for me, but I won't perform. Like, don't give me no sympathy. Don't make an exception for me because somebody put some fire under your foot. You didn't want me at first. You didn't want me to perform at first. Fuck your stage. I don't give a damn about what petition. Thank y'all for doing the petition. I didn't ask y'all to do the petition, but unfortunately, I ain't finna perform on you. Fuck y'all stage. That's the exact energy that I would be having towards the VMAs if y'all didn't choose me to perform at first. Now all of a sudden these people done started a riot. Now all of a sudden you want to change your mind. No, you're not finna use me. And then too, to turn around and say that you're gonna have me perform, that's gonna help your viewership even more because it's a little controversy around it. Now, baby, you is not gonna use my name. We're gonna keep it back here in private, and we're gonna talk amongst each other. And I'm gonna let you know very kindly, very politely, very professionally, fuck off. I would have did that. No, ain't no way. No, I don't know. Somebody needs to tell me what actually happened in that boardroom. Because ain't no way in the hell. Is the girl even ready to perform? All this time, she wasn't performing. Now all of a sudden, they finna have her on the stage. Is she even ready? That's my thing, girl. Bye. I would have told them people now. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. You don't want me the first time, baby. You don't get a second time to play with my heart. You don't get to play with my heart like that. Normani, don't let them people play with your heart like that, baby. I know you want to do it. I know you want to get the exposure or whatever, but do you have any other projects? Like, your music is not even selling like it's supposed to. Like, your label is not even pushing. Then the song, The Wild Side or whatever, get pulled back. So after you get all this exposure from the VMAs, what's going to be the follow-up? because that's been her problem this whole time, is consistency. You know, we don't need to keep going into hibernation, and then you ain't gonna be able to keep on pulling Cardi so she can put you back through the door and get the eyes on you again. You need to be consistent, and you need to capitalize upon the opportunity that you get, because you're not gonna get these opportunities over and over again. Ain't nobody gonna keep on putting you through the door. So once you get done with all this exposure, then well, what you gonna do? Tell me that, honey. Tell me what you're gonna do after that, because we want to see something. Because you can't come back out here talking about do 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 on whatever that song. And to be honest with you, that Wild Side song, baby, it was all right. It was that blooping for me. What was bloop 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 bloop? What, girl? Do 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 do. Expect what the Inspect the Gadget ass? You know, Expect the Gadget used to do 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 do. Inspect the Gadget. What's going on? I said, huh? I thought I was drunk listening to this shit. I said, I know she pulled the Inspector Gadget in the middle of this Aaliyah sample, but she did that though. But anyway, y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all on. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to y'all to death. I'm not gonna let y'all talk to me to death. I definitely appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. I had to talk about this one. This was a good one. Definitely go and listen to this song. Support it. Have Mercy by Chloe Bailey. It's really, really good. I like the visuals. I like the song. It's not perfect, but it gave what it was supposed to give. So I definitely liked it. So again, thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the page on YouTube and hit the notification bell. If you're watching for Facebook, go ahead and like the video and like the page. Hit the follow so you'll get the notifications. Share this shit as always. And thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.